Luck is a random process. I'm not going to entertain that things like luck charms and so forth have any value whatsoever. I will not entertain that. You can't. I don't. If you do, then I suggest you carry them all with you at all times. And I suggest that you wish for more of them and see how it works. But luck, adulterated from all that, is a random process. And what that means is something very ironic. There are 6.5 billion people on this planet-ish. And that means that there is a luckiest person on Earth and an unluckiest person on Earth. That's what it means. It means that there is someone out there, there's some kid in India, every time the ball bounces, it's right in his arms. Doesn't play for Oakland, by the way. But so there is a luckiest person on Earth. There is also an unluckiest person on Earth. This is kind of the irony of random processes. They don't really look random. There's the luckiest person on... Well, since it's a random process, here's the good news. That was yesterday. Today, all bets are off. The luckiest person, even though that person may have been the lucky, has built up this legacy of luck, means nothing tomorrow. Absolutely nothing. It's a random process. We are all fluctuating around this point in terms of how fortune treats us. Question?
Well, I sat with a bunch of friends drinking a lot of vodka, and we decided that luck was recognizing the opportunity and exercising it when it was there.
Yes, and this is a manufactured luck. And that's exactly what we're about to turn to. And by the way, if you ever have the chance to sit around and drink lots of vodka with your friends and discuss anything, I recommend it. Or wine or beer, since we're in such wonderful wine and beer territory. So there's a couple of points to add about luck along these very lines. There is a miracle that happens. If I take a group of 1,000 people who suffer from migraine headaches, I suffer, I'm such a sufferer, and I give them a pill and tell them that this pill will make their migraine headache go away, it will work on about 20% of them. It's amazing, it's astounding, and I'm not saying, oh, well, it didn't really, no, it works, okay? This is what we call a placebo effect. Now, this is the reason that positive thought works. How many of you are fed up to death with this crap about the power of positive thought? I've been positive, what the hell good's it done me? Okay, well, this is why it's good. Nothing wins like winning. Okay, how come football teams get a seven-point advantage for playing at home? They're not any better at home than they are on the road. They're, and they don't practice on the field that they play on even at home, and they only play 8-10 games there, so it's just not that big an advantage. Fans are yelling, that doesn't affect how well they play. It's because they feel better. They are positive. The power of the placebo effect, the hell with positive thought, it's the placebo effect, right? And this is very powerful, and use it. And what I mean by this is this. How many of you, any of you actually have a job application out somewhere? Maybe sent a resume? Anyone? How many of you know exactly that your resume is at the bottom of their pile? I think you're lying. We don't know. It's easy to assume. You don't know, so you might as well assume it's on top of the pile, right? It's even. It's a random process in all likeliness. So you believe it, why isn't it on the top of the pile? What the hell? It should be, right? You're the best candidate. Well, maybe I'm not. I've never gotten a job where I was the best candidate. But anyway, so this power of positive thought really does work, and it's the placebo effect. Take the sugar pill, drink the Kool-Aid each morning. So the next thing, and this goes back to our vodka drinking colleagues' comment, is that we want to maximize our chances, okay? Actually, I haven't gotten to the vodka drink. I just wanted to say vodka drinking, so that's actually the next slide. But this is the cross-section effect. We need to be a big target so that opportunity can find us. And Interesting thing, extroverts are luckier than introverts. Just ask them. If you ask a random sample of people if they are extroverted or introverted, and then later ask them if they are lucky or unlucky, there is a powerful correlation. And it's kind of obvious why, right? Extroverts are better at networking. Their cross-section is bigger. How many of you are totally fed up with talking about networking? I hate networking. Hate it, hate it, hate it. How many of you hate networking with me? Let's all get together and hate networking, shall we? Well, this is the thing about networking that Kim, I will echo what Kim said earlier, and the thing about networking is, if you ask an introvert to act like an extrovert, they'll try to. But it's kind of like asking an insomniac, just go to sleep. What's the problem? Just, I slept like 9 hours. I could have stayed with another couple. What's the problem? Just sleep, And this is the problem with most networking books. They're written by extroverts. And I read them, I go, oh yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. And then I go and I don't do that. Right? Now, I don't have any trouble talking to groups of 10 to 1,000. The largest group I've ever spoken to was, I think, 1,500. But there were 3 Nobel Prize winners. It was scary. I have a lot of trouble talking to groups of 5 or fewer. So networking is certainly not something I claim to be good at. But echoing Kim's point, we have to find the way that networking works best for us. I discovered this, my preferred networking potential at a sports bar, where I would go to watch the Raiders when I lived in Texas. And I found that I was there for 3 hours, and there were all these other guys rooting for their other teams, right? There's 15 games on at once. And after being there for going to that same bar for 2 years, I knew all these guys. I didn't know any of their names, but I knew all of them. And I had networked. What was that? If I just stay in one place long enough, some bozo's going to say something stupid, and I'm not going to be able to hold back. I'm going to network with them. There you go. Or they're going to say something brilliant. I'm going to, say, yeah, and then you're networking. So that, for me, networking means staying in the group long enough that this sense of uncomfort just eventually evaporates in the desire to give someone trouble. So finally then, we're to our Russian colleagues, or our vodka-drinking colleagues' comment, and that is, you need to be ready, okay? Opportunity does nothing if you're not ready. You gotta have your bags packed. When opportunity comes knocking, you gotta grab your suitcase and go. And you don't need it fully packed. 80% is good enough. You can win 20 dues is part of this process. So when opportunity knocks and you don't manage to get out the door, that's paying your dues. It's like, don't hurt yourself too much. This is initiation. Initiation is part of the process.